1, 2, 3. Funciona. Okay. Good morning, freedom fighters. First, I would like to say thank you to Free Cities Foundation. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you, Titus. Thank you, Jan, all the team. Thank you so much for having me here, and every one of us. Thank you. Digital nomadism is part of human evolution. Let me start with a simple question. What would you do if you could live anywhere? Think about it. No barriers, no endless paperwork, not a single government telling you what to dress, what to eat, how to think. Summarizing, no government at all. It sounds like a paradise. No politicians. So, now imagine 3 people on this map. These people, we interview these people, these real people. The first one leaves his country because of a tyranny. A tyranny that is terrible for his family. A tyranny that is limiting the liberty, the capacity to say something in social media. Sounds familiar? The second one chooses a Latin American country, not because the beauty of the landscapes. I don't know if you know, but I'm Chilean. I used to live in the Chilean Patagonia. I don't know if you know what is Torres del Paine, for example. But this person chooses this Latin American country not because of that. He chooses Latin American countries because some countries eliminated bureaucracy. The third, a real person. He chooses to leave his country with his entire family, seeking better conditions of health, education, housing, better conditions of happiness. They share some specific elements. They seek freedom. They reject barriers, and they want the power to choose. They are digital nomads, citizens of a world without borders. And this is why our index exists. It's not an academic exercise. It's a tool. It's a weapon. It's a compass that allows digital nomads to choose, to take better decisions, to choose where they want to live, what kind of society they want for their families. So what's inside the index? We divide the index in 3 main core dimensions. The first one is income taxation, 45%. The second, conditions of stay, 35%, and the last one, process related with, in some way, bureaucracy, 20%. I encourage you to download our final report regarding the index. Income taxation, 45%. Why is that? Because taxation is a big burden. People leave their countries because this big burden on the shoulders. So we divide in average income, territorial tax system, imposition of tax, residency after 183 days, and so on. The second one, conditions of stay. We try to measure, generally speaking, general conditions of stay. For instance, health insurance required, average stay, permanent residency eligibility, and so on. Last, Purchasing power parities is an international index and fully digital. Unfortunately, some countries start digitally in some part of the process, but not all the process. I know that there is many Germans here, at least yesterday, and Germany is a hell of bureaucracy. I live in Budapest, Hungary, another hell of bureaucracy. They love papers. They have a Hungarian word for this love of papers. Magyarország is Hungary, and they have another Hungarian word for papers, but it's a bad word. I'm not going to say it. So after some months of research, finally we have this global ranking of countries. Let me say that last year, 2024, the index just had 34 countries. Now we have 74 countries. We searched almost 200 countries. I said previously, I'm Chilean. Chile is not in the country. Some colleagues, some students, professors, Chilean professors, they said, how can it be? Chile is not there. Chile is one of the most free countries in the world, but it's not there. It's not, because we measure 12 variables. And in some variables, some countries are doing very well, really very well. But in some other variables, they are doing pretty bad. So, if you can see the color, green color means the most favorable countries related with digital nomadism. And when the color shifts to yellow, orange, and red, it means that these countries are less favorable in the general conditions for digital nomadism. So, summarizing, look this map. Look, European Union, surrounded by red, yellow, and orange. Look, Latin America. Look, Argentina. Argentina is in our ranking number 7. So, good work, Argentina. Look, Asia, Southeast Asia, in green. So what it means, that there is no final position here. All the countries are doing some specific changes in norms, in laws. They have been attracting or repealing digital nomads. Our best 10 countries. First, El Salvador. I don't know if someone knows El Salvador. Second, Thailand. Third, Bahamas, and so on. I would like to highlight this country, El Salvador, including zero tax on foreign income, favorable visa policy, low cost of living, and low bureaucracy. Low bureaucracy. In the opposite side, last 10 countries, you can see Finland, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Slovenia, and so on. Someone can say, no, it's impossible. Finland is almost perfect. No. According to our index, 12 variables, they are doing some good things in some way, but in other ways are pretty bad. I would like to highlight Finland. Finland includes high tax burden, expensive living cost, limited visa attractiveness, and complex bureaucracy. Remember, for us, process is extremely important, because freedom delayed is freedom denied. For that reason, it's important digitalization, because freedom delayed is freedom denied. Summarizing, I would like to highlight 4 essential takeaways. First, the index is an empowerment through innovation. Information. It's a tool of empowerment. It reduces information asymmetries between digital nomads and governments. Second, the right to choose. It defends every person's right to decide where and how to live. Where and how to live. Third, freedom of movement. It promotes the free movement of people against unnecessary borders. And last, is a call of liberty. It's a call to expand human freedom across the world, to make mobility a universal right. There is something else. I'm working in Liberty International. So, we have an international contest. You know, that next year, we have our international congress in Kathmandu, in Nepal. So we create this contest. You can send your 60-second video of the following link. This is the link. And we create 2 awards. First, Digital Nomad Pioneer Award includes flight up to $1,000, plus conference ticket to our next World Conference in Kathmandu, plus participation in a panel discussion. The second, Young Digital Nomad Award, up to 30 years old, flight up to $700, plus conference ticket, plus participation in a panel discussion. So we want to promote digital nomadism. It's a way to fight against the government, against the state, against the Leviathan, this monster that all the time is taking away our money, our lives. So thank you so much for having me today, and viva la libertad. Carajo! Thank you. Any questions? Please.
Yeah, I have a question. How do you define digital nomadism? Like, what are the characteristics that go through that?
This is the most difficult question. I was praying, but not have to answer this question. You know, the more I study, the more I research, the less I know. But I can tell you, it's a quite difficult concept to define. For what reason? Because all the countries define differently what is digital nomad. For example, Chile. Chile, we don't have any specific law in this regard. We don't have it. Some countries, they define digital nomads as including people that live within the country. So you can be digital nomad within your country or abroad. You can have that. But mostly, we can say that digital nomad is a person that usually is working digitally, remotely, and he can work everywhere. Everywhere. It's a very bad definition, I know. But we need to research. We need to know more. You know, when we create this second version, we couldn't find any good, reliable data. So now we are working in order to find someone to have us fundings, for example, to search, to research how they think, for what reason they are abroad. They live in one country, 2 countries, 3. They are more single people or married people. How they are. So we don't know that. So it's a worldwide phenomenon. But we need to search more about. But these 2 characteristics are the most important, in my opinion.
Yeah, I had a question. I wanted to know why Argentina ranked so highly.
Argentina is doing, I don't know if you was here there, I hear something very interesting. They have eliminated 4,000 different kind of bureaucracy. Some requirements in order to fulfill some specific normatives, forms, applications, etc. So that affect these kind of indexes. Argentina is 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, is a hell in this regard. Argentina has more than, I don't remember exactly, 300 different taxes, 300 or more than that. So I cannot imagine how they can apply for annually to submit the application to IFRS. I don't know. But they do that. So Argentina is doing well, but it's not the best country right now. But Argentina is doing well, better than Chile. Argentina has specific policies regarding digital nomadism. Argentina has eliminated some bureaucratism, and Chile, no. Now, for example, Chile is being ruled by a far left coalition, communist coalition. So Argentina has Milei today. I think that could be a very important factor in order to have Argentina in this position today. Time's up. Another question? No? No more questions? Sorry. Thank you so much again. I invite you to the website. Thank you. Thank you.